Let's in the meantime bring you some breaking news now. A group of British MPs has said that Chinese state intelligence is targeting the UK prolifically and aggressively and is a challenge for British intelligence agencies. These are the findings of the Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee. The MPs have also raised concern about Chinese influence in UK universities and the nuclear industry. Suki Fuller is a security expert from the Council of Competitive Intelligence Fellows and joins us now. Welcome to the programme. In what way is it seen as a threat? What specifically is the Parliamentary Committee alleging that China is doing?
So from my understanding, it is actually the soft power, so to speak, of China. It's the influence. So it has been the placement when it comes to students. It's been the placement of chosen students to enter into university programs. And then when they are done with those programs, they would be hired into high technology companies, into think tanks. So they would be basically infiltrating at a lower level, but ultimately influencing decision and policy making throughout a longer period of time. As we know, with China, they are very much in the long range when it is about strategy. They're not very short range in their thinking. They're always thinking about the long game. And we've seen that with companies in China that have been hiring quite early as the early 2000s, people within the technology sector. And those companies at present are the ones that have now been put on the list saying, we don't want to do any business with you because it affects our national security. So that has been happening for quite a number of years. And unfortunately, it just seems that the security industry has been very forward in knowing and understanding, and the government policy has been very far behind.
Understood. So what is the risk here then? You're talking about soft power rather than stealing of information.
Oh, no. The soft power is just basically the setup. The hard aspect is the actual stealing of information. But if you have the people in place, because it really does come down to the strength of the relationships that those people are able to build in order to seem more authentic in their activities. So what you're having is, they'll go out and they'll do the reverse engineering, the actual stealing of hard power, sort of the technology, so to speak, having people go in automatically. But it is really the long-term setup. I think that's where we are seeing the most impacts, because what's happening has been done over time. So it's a lot harder to weed out. We can go in right now and say, these companies, XYZ, we understand what you're doing with chip technology, but at the same time, it's already seeded in what we're using in our culture, what we're using in technology, our chips that are embedded, our security systems, where you see high vision, software for security forces, it's already there. Now, this is just a matter of, I think, a little bit of public awareness and weeding out and saying to China, guess what? We're calling your bluff and we're saying we know this has happened and it won't be going on any further.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us.